What is up, guys? Welcome back to Will of DDT. My name is Anonymous, and today I am ecstatic. I am over the moon because they just announced that OP10 Oden and Kine'mon are getting support. These are like my favorite. This is my favorite leader and my favorite character in the game. I am so freaking hyped that 10 sets later, they announced that they are supporting 6-cost Kine'mon from set 1. So what am I yapping about? Let's just jump right into it, guys. So here is the reveal. We have got 2 new Kine'mon cards. These are Punk Hazard, Wano, and Akazaya 9. And both of them are 2-cost characters. One is a 0k power, the other is a 1k power, and they both pretty much have the same effect. So activate main, you may place this character from the field and a Kine'mon with 1000 power from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, and then play up to 1 Kine'mon with 6 cost from your hand. This is hilarious. First of all, I just want to say to the people on Bandai's design team, as much as we whine about, Bandai doesn't ban things on time, their design team is they're on something, man. They always manage to fit things about the One Piece story and their devil fruits and all these different characters' powers into the card design, and I freaking love it. And thematically, this is hilarious. OP10 is a Dressrosa set, and when they first met Kine'mon in Dressrosa, he was split into 3 pieces: his head, his torso, and his legs. And we actually have Kine'mon's legs and Kine'mon's torso as separate cards here, and they can be used to you assemble them almost to put together Kine'mon's full body. That's hilarious. We have Exodia as Kine'mon right now. That's everybody who saw this card is that's exactly what they thought of. This is just so cool, dude. This is gameplay wise, getting back to the point, you can play a 2-cost unit, and then as long as you have the other 2-cost unit in your trash, you send them both to the bottom of your deck and you play a 6-cost unit. It is possible, probably not probable, but it's possible to play a 6-cost unit on your first turn of the game. That is wild, man. So yeah, again, this one, the 2-cost 0k looks for a 1k Kine'mon in your trash and sends them both to the deck. The 2-cost 1k looks for a 0k Kine'mon in your trash, sends them both to the bottom of the deck, both to summon a 6-cost Kine'mon. And one of these over here, you can see, is a 2k counter. The legs, the 0k power, is a 2k counter. So that's easy 4 of anyway, right? We want searchable 2ks. This is just making deck building so much easier. And yeah, obviously, the first thing that's going to stand out to most competitive players here is you need to have one in your trash, you need to have the other one, you play it, and then you need to have a Kine'mon in your hand. So you need to have 3 cards basically, and then Kine'mon's whole ability is that he plays another card. So you need to have 4 cards in your hand, which is a little absurd, but it's better than it sounds, because let me show you some of this next stuff over here. And I just want to real quick go over OP1 Oden leader here. Again, this is my favorite leader in the game. I was clapping people with OP1 Oden all the way through set 4 until Sokka came out. That's when I had to retire him. But I'm so happy I get to bring this leader back, even if it's a meme. I'm so happy that we get to try something new with this leader. So Oden allows you to trash 1 Wano card from your hand and set 2 of your Dawn cards as active. So essentially, you're just recovering some Dawn. You get to make 12 Dawn plays on your 10 Dawn turn, etc. And you have to trash a Wano card from your hand. So going back to the Kine'mon, both of these, the way they work is that you got to have one on field, you got to have the other in trash. So very easy. Green Oden is going to be able to just trash one of these Kine'mon cards, set 2 Dawn as active, use those 2 Dawn that you just set as active to play the other one, and then the one you just played is going to send both of them to bottom deck in order to summon the 6-cost Kine'mon, which is just a really neat combo. So this is clearly designed for green Oden. You could play it in red-green, but it's going to be a little harder to load up the trash, and also I think it's just not going to be as economical. I think those 2 Dawn that you set active with Oden leader is going to be pretty handy for this gimmick, for this strat. But let's go over Kine'mon, guys. This is a set 1 card. I expect a lot of people don't even know what this guy does, but this guy was a beast. Let me tell you, I was murdering people with Kine'mon. 6-cost Kine'mon on play if your leader is Oden. So you have to play Oden, whether it's red, green, or just pure green. You have to play a copy of Oden as your leader. And if your leader's Oden on play, you get to play an Akazaya 9 character with a cost of 3 or less from hand for free. So you plus 6 cost Kine'mon, he's a 6/6, and then you get to play, let's just go ahead right here to see. These are usually the targets that you would play. There's a lot more, but these are the main targets that you want to see off of 6 cost Kine'mon. You get to play Raizo, who is a 3 cost 4k. When attacking, he draws a card. Okiku, 3 cost 5k. When attacking with a Dawn, she gets to rest a 5 cost opponent's character. And then you've also got Inuarashi, who Dawn times 2. When attacking, you get to set up to one of your Dawn as active. And then the crazy part. Here's the crazy part. So Kine'mon plays one of these guys for free. And if, again, I'm saying this for people who know how this works, you already know how it works. If you don't know how it works, this is the fun part. Dawn times 1 when attacking. Kine'mon can set one of your Akazaya 9 characters, cost of 3 or less, as active. That is freaking nuts, bro. So, because I'm cute, I made you guys a little chart here in case you want to see. So the way it works is you would play Kine'mon, Kine'mon plays Okiku, and next turn you're going to swing 7 with Okiku, rest something, and then you're going to attach a Dawn to Kine'mon, swing 7, again, restanding Okiku, and then Okiku's going to swing 7 again. On one turn, you develop 2 units that are going to swing 3 times the following turn. It is such crazy value, dude. And now we can play this combo on turn 1, possibly. It's just so hilarious. I'm so excited to try this out. And for what it's worth, I do want to mention the dog here, Inuarashi. His effect is not once per turn. So when he attacks with Kine'mon, you can swing at Inuarashi, set a Dawn card as active, swing with Kine'mon, set Inuarashi as active, swing with Inuarashi again, set another Dawn card as active. So that guy can get you 2 Dawn back per turn. Oden is like a Dawn economy deck. You just get to make lots of wide plays, with just by recycling your Dawn over and over. So really sick card and super good offensively. Oden can afford to not be so aggressive in the early game, because once he gets this on board, then you're gonna get 3 swings out. Like you can go 9/9/9 if you need. It's crazy. I mean, like in a single turn, you can bring your opponent down from like 3 life to 0. So it's really, really good combo. The reason it fell off, of course, is because once OP5 came around, Sokka, Lucci, Moria, etc., all these guys are just going to clear your board before you ever get this combo off. So removal has just kind of put a dent in Oden's game plan. But are you going to be able to remove this if I played on turn 1? Probably not, right? Or turn 2 even. And the reason that I think that it's not that crazy, again, we discussed how you got to have 4 cards in hand to pull off this combo. The reason that I think it's actually not that wild to have those 4 cards in hand is because we've got a ton of searchers. Wano has, surprise, 12 searchers now. We've got 4 here in the form of Otama, who's a 2k counter. Again, easy deck building. She's a searcher, she's a 2k counter. You're going to throw her in. Kine'mon's legs, same deal. Just throw 4 of those in. They're 2k counters. It's going to be so easy to probably have 12, maybe even 14 2k counters in this deck. But anyway, Otama, 2k counter, on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You get to grab a green Wano card. Momo, everybody knows this guy from set 1. Play him, rest 1 Dawn to rest him, search for a Wano card and add it to your hand. So these are going to be very easy searches on your turn 1. And keep in mind, even though on your turn 1 you'll only have, we'll just assume second, right? We'll assume you're playing second. You're only going to have 2 Dawn. Your Oden leader can actually discard a card to get 2 Dawn back as active, and you can do some shenanigans with that, which I am going to show right now. Because if you guys have not been paying attention, another announcement that we got, besides this goofy, Kine'mon leg arm combo, we also, this was announced a while back, we have a 1 cost Momo coming out in OP10. 1 cost 1k, activate main, get to rest 2 of your Dawn, and then trash this character, and then you look at the top 5 of your deck and reveal 2 Akazaya 9 cards and add them to your hand. 2! That is insane! So this is a 1 cost searcher. Granted, it costs 3 overall, because you're going to play this guy for 1, and then you got to spend 2 more Dawn to use him. But it's nice because you can establish him on turn 1, just let him sit there, and then use the search on turn 2. But this guy actually pluses. Most searchers are net neutral. You play 1, you grab 1. this, you play one card, and then you grab 2 cards. And because the whole deck is going to be constructed around this goofy Kine'mon combo, we're going to have plenty of Akazaya 9s. The odds of finding 2 of them in your top 5 cards is very, very high. This is going to be a super consistent card. So you can play this on turn 1. Then you can activate it on turn 2, and then you can reset the Dawn that you spent for this guy, the 2 Dawn that you spent using the search. You can reset them using your leader ability, and then play the Kine'mon legs, and send the Kine'mon arms that you just sent to the trash for leader ability, and then you get to play a 6-cost Kine'mon that you just searched off of this Momo. It's so good. This combo is freaking nuts. They're giving us tools to do some like really goofy things here, and I want to make it clear, like I have been playing this game a long time. I am I love cooking, I love playing jank, I love playing off meta, and I'm reasonable enough to know when I'm coping versus when something is actually good. And I'll be honest here, for this I don't know whether this is cope or whether it's actually good, but like there's a lot of stuff here that like tells me that you especially if your opponent's a 4-life leader, you just turbo out Kine'mon and go 7/7/7 on your first attacking turn, and just like possibly get your opponent to 1 life or even 0 life if they're really unlucky against your leader swing, and just get your opponent to 0 on your first attacking turn because they just don't have enough cards in hand to counter. There's just some hilarious things that are possible with this, so I'm not gonna say this is definitely gonna be top tier meta or anything, but it's exciting, it's fun, it's goofy, and it's very possibly not cope. This is very possibly like a legitimately scary deck. And here's some other cool combos that I'm thinking of that you could possibly do with this deck. So you've got the 1 Dawn for You Can Be My Samurai. This is an OP1 card that started seeing some play again because of Green Perona. She uses this card to just rest chumps and basically draw 2 cards off of them. Really good value engine. So you can actually play turn 1, you could play your Otama, you search, and you play this Momo, and you just let him sit on board. Turn 2, you're at 4 Dawn, you activate you play You Can Be My Samurai, resting the Otama and the Momo and drawing 2 cards. Then you activate Momo, spend 2 more Dawn, trash himself, and search for 2 more cards. And then you get to activate leader ability, trashing. At this point, you got a search off of Otama, 2 searches off of Momo, 2 cards drawn off of You Can Be My Samurai. Very likely that at this point you have the 6-cost Kine'mon, you have the arms and the legs, and you can pull off the combo. So at that point, you're just going to use leader ability to trash the arms or the legs, whichever, and play the other one, and you are going to be able to play your 6-cost Kine'mon on only 4 Dawn, which is hilarious. Again, it's possible to do it on only 2 Dawn. It's probably not the best thing. You're going to go down to like 2 cards in hand or something, but like, if you do it on 4 Dawn, it's very consistent, very possible, and is probably going to be a huge threat. And then you can probably just keep doing the same sort of thing as the game goes on, just playing Kine'mon for less Dawn overall and developing a much wider board much faster than the deck was originally capable of. And then I thought, Paradise Waterfall here is also kind of neat. You can use You Can Be My Samurai to draw the 2 cards. And, if your characters are rested and your opponent's trying to swing at your Kine'mon to kill it so that you can't use the triple attack combo the next turn, you can just Paradise Waterfall it, set it back as active. This is also just good leader fodder. You can discard it for leader. You can search it. It's just, seems like a good card in the deck as well. And then here's the funny part is we also, right, like part of the reason, like I said, that Oden fell off is because, nobody was playing Oden, but the reason it fell off for me, I was clapping people with Oden, but part of the reason it fell off is because it has no protection against KOs, against removal. So not only do we have the protection of just playing Kine'mon early, right? Decks can't remove things faster than they're expecting to be able to remove them. We also have this new Tashigi. This Tashigi was announced a little while ago. It's, the Tashigi Smoker body swap from the Punk Hazard arc. And she is a 3-cost 4K. She's another 2K counter. Again, easy. Just 12 2Ks. I already know my 12 2Ks. 4 Tashigi, 4 Otama, 4 of the Kine'mon legs, and then probably maybe even 2 Izos or something in here. Like we can very easily run a 14 2K deck, maybe even 16 in this build. But anyway, this Tashigi is amazing. She is generic green support, which I was really surprised about. One of your green, if a green character of yours other than Tashigi would be removed from play due to an opponent's effect, remove from play, not KO'd, not, you know, anything specific, whether they try to bottom deck it, KO it, bounce it, trash it, whatever they try, this Tashigi can protect. You can rest this character instead. That is hilarious, dude. You can use your Oden lead ability to just restand a couple Dawn, you know, play this Tashigi, and then if they try to swing, you know, at your, or not swing, if they try to remove your Kine'mon and your Akazaya 9 characters using Gravity Blades or 4-cost Luchis or whatever, they can't, because this Tashigi is protecting it. And it's hilarious. She doesn't even trash herself like the 2-cost Rosinante from the previous set. She rests herself. So they still, you know, even if they try to kill it, this Tashigi still stays on board. They have to answer it after attempting to remove it. So this is hilarious. You could probably run that 2-cost Rosinante I was talking about earlier as well. That's also some good protection. And then this card, I remember being a little, you know, a little disappointed by it when it came out in OP8. Because this card right here in the corner, we would never sell a comrade to an enemy. Jesus Christ, that's a wordy name there, but this card allows you to rest 2 of your characters, similar to Samurai, and none of your characters can be KO'd by opponent's effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. So basically, if you're playing against a black deck for 1 Dawn, you just rest 2 chumps and you make your whole board KO immune. The only thing that was annoying about this is that it is Minx and Akazaya 9, but not Wano, so it's not searchable by Otama and the OP1 Momo. But now that we have the OP10 Momo coming out, this guy over here, this guy over here, he searches not for Wano, but for Akazaya 9 cards. So we can actually search for this event right here. We can search for this event and you know, we can use it to rest, again, some chumps like, you know, maybe the 1-cost Otama that we have on board. Hell, maybe even just, you know, rest one of your big guys like Kine'mon or something just to keep them safe the next turn. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of possibilities here for establishing your board really quickly, and then also a lot of possibilities for protecting your board, which is, to me, so insane. I think this deck is going to pop off. I hope so. I hope so. I want to use it. I think it's going to be a niche deck, but I think it's going to be very, very capable of taking people by surprise, you know, when they're expecting this, you know, meta fest of removal and stuff. Instead, they're just gonna get like a freaking turn 1 6-cost, 3-cost on the board that are gonna swing 7/7/7 on their first attacking turn and get you down to 0 life. Just Kine'mon Turbo is real, guys. The freaking Kine'mon, the forbidden one. I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy to get support for one of my favorite characters and leaders. Like 10 sets later, it's hilarious. Again, it's goofy, it's kind of memey, but it's also, there are possibilities here. I'm cooking. I might be overcooking. The flip might be burnt, but I'm very excited about this. All right, guys, that's really all I wanted to share today. I hope you guys are excited about this as me. If you tell me what OP10 cards that you're looking forward to in the comments, I do want to start making more like news type videos like this where we just discuss cards that have been announced and kind of theory craft different decks that we could possibly build before they come out on Sim. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video, y'all. Peace.